Let's stay in the Middle East for a second, go from Egypt to Afghanistan. I'm going to play you two questions back to back about the way forward in Afghanistan.
My name is Sheila Henneman. I'm from Brunswick, Ohio. And Mr. President, I have a son in the military, and I was just wondering if you really feel that it is still important for our young men and women to be dying over in Iraq and Afghanistan.
And just one more after this, and then I'm sorry, I actually need to push the button. Here we go.
Mr. President, disrupting, dismantling, and defeating al-Qaeda and preventing its capacity to threaten the United States and our allies in the future is how you have defined our objective in Afghanistan. How do preventative wars costing the lives of innocent civilians in countries that have not attacked us distance your foreign policy from the Bush Doctrine or disprove the assertion of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s that the United States is the greatest purveyor of violence in the world?
Well, Dennis's question, I'm not sure I buy into the premise. Our work in Afghanistan is precisely because was the launching pad from which 9/11 happened, and 3,000 Americans were killed. So we're not over there by accident. Obviously, I disagreed with us going into Iraq, but I will say that we are bringing the war in Iraq to an honorable conclusion because of the extraordinary service of our men and women, both military and civilian, in Iraq. We've still got work to do in this transition, but by the end of this year, we'll have all our troops out. And the Iraqi people now have a government that they will be looking to for governance and development. In Afghanistan, we have al-Qaeda and its allies. We have them along the border region in Pakistan and Afghanistan, and it is my job as president to make sure that they can't launch another 9/11 against us. Over the next couple of years, we are going to be transitioning so that we are bringing troops back. Afghans are taking a greater lead. The situation's not going to be perfect there, but what we have been able to do is to continually shrink the ability of al-Qaeda to launch operations. And we expect to dismantle their operational capacity over the next several years. That is our goal, and we're going to keep on it.
And maybe just real briefly to Sheila, the mother of the soldier who wants to know.
Well, as I said, we will be out of Afghanistan by the end of this year. I mean, we'll have a relationship with Iraq the same way we have relationships with many countries around the world.
But, so out of Afghanistan is in...
But combat operations in Afghanistan have ended, and under the strategic framework agreement that we signed with Iraq, we're not going to be having large contingents of troops there. Afghanistan is a tougher situation, but what I've said is that starting in July of this year, we're going to begin to phase down our troop levels, and we've agreed with our allies that by 2014, this is going to be an Afghan effort.